Real Madrid versus Manchester City under the Champions League lights. Let's break it all down together and I'll share my score prediction with you at the very end.
Look, this is so much more than just another Champions League match. What we're about to see is a story of survival versus strategy, a clash where one team is just barely holding on by a thread and the other is a relentless, perfectly oiled machine. Okay, so here's how we're going to break this whole thing down. First, we'll dive into the absolute crisis happening at Madrid. Then we'll flip over to the tactical machine they're up against. After that, we got to talk about the superstar showdown, before finally looking at what will probably be the deciding factors in this match. So to really get what's at stake here, you have to start with the absolutely bonkers situation at Real Madrid. This has turned what should be a chess match into, well, a desperate fight for survival. And believe me, this isn't just some pre-match hype to sell tickets. No, sources are describing a club in a genuine state of emergency. We're talking about the very core of the team just crumbling right when they need it most. Just look at this list. The entire defensive backbone, it's gone. We're not just talking about one or two guys. We're talking Militao, Carvajal, Alaba, Mendy, the heart of their defense, all out. This leaves Ancelotti with basically a skeleton crew to face one of the most dangerous attacks in the entire world. And this number, 7. It really tells the whole story, doesn't it? 7 confirmed first-team players are out. That's not just an inconvenience. It's a full-blown crisis that's forcing the coach, Carlo Ancelotti, to literally patch up his squad with academy kids, and they're going up against the reigning champs of Europe. Wow. So as if all that chaos in the back line wasn't enough, there's this massive question mark hanging over their attack. The one player they absolutely positively cannot afford to lose is now a serious doubt. And that brings us to the million-dollar question, right? If Kylian Mbappé actually plays, will he be fit enough to really make a difference? Because sources are saying that even if he gets on that pitch, he's going to be significantly limited. So the real question is, can a half-fit Mbappé still be the game changer that Madrid so desperately needs? Okay, so we've seen the team that's basically in survival mode. Now let's switch gears and talk about their opponents. Because Manchester City, they are the total tactical opposite of Madrid's current mess. And at the heart of everything they do is this concept, positional play. Think of it as Pep Guardiola's secret sauce. It's this relentless, almost suffocating style of football that's all about total control. Every player knows exactly where to be to pull the other team apart, one single pass at a time. And this is how they do it. It's brilliant, really. By shifting into this 2-3 shape when they're building from the back, City just floods the middle of the pitch. They get a numbers advantage right in the heart of the action, which makes them incredibly tough to press and lets them totally dictate the pace of the game. And this all sets up this just fascinating duel between two legendary managers. You've got Guardiola on one side, the tactical mastermind, right? The guy who's obsessed with systems. And then you've got Carlo Ancelotti, the maestro of vibes. But don't let that name fool you. His so-called vibes are actually a tactical choice. He creates these flexible frameworks that just empower his world-class players to solve problems on their own. And that right there makes his teams a complete nightmare for rigid, structured systems. You know, this quote from the fan community just nails it perfectly. It really captures this clash of ideas. Is it all about the perfect tactical plan? Or can that raw instinct, that individual genius that Ancelotti unleashes, actually overcome it? So, in a game that's really defined by these clashing philosophies, it could all just boil down to two guys. Two incredible superstars at the absolute peak of their game, and either one of them could decide this thing with just a single moment of brilliance. And you have to understand, these two are way more than just goal scorers. They're like two completely different weapons for destroying a defense. Mbappé, he's all about that terrifying speed in open space. Haaland, on the other hand, is just raw power and deadly clinical precision inside the box. I mean, look at these numbers for Mbappé. They're just staggering. 25 goals in his last 21 matches. That tells you everything you need to know about how much Madrid leans on his individual magic, especially right now. And then you look at Haaland's stats, and it's a similar story of just elite, almost robotic efficiency. 20 goals in his last 20 games. He is the relentless, unstoppable spearhead of that City attack. Simple as that. And this, right here, is why Mbappe's fitness is the whole ball game. Past games have shown that he creates a genuine mental block in defenders. They're shackled by fear. He puts a kind of fear into them that goes way beyond tactics, and that could be Madrid's ultimate weapon, even if he's not 100%. Okay, so we've got Madrid's injury crisis, City's tactical machine, and this epic superstar duel. So what's it all going to come down to? What are the key things that will actually decide this massive game? Right, because when you get to this level, it's not just about who has the more famous players. It's about who can master all those little details of elite European soccer when the pressure is absolutely cranked to the max. And these are the trends that are really defining the Champions League right now. You've got pressing intensity. Can Madrid's patched-up team even keep up with City's control? Then there's tactical flexibility. Who can adapt on the fly if the other manager throws a curveball? In a game this tight, set pieces. A single corner or free kick could be the difference. And finally, and this is a big one for Madrid, the impact of youth. Will those young academy players step up, or will the moment be too big for them? And for Real Madrid, you have to understand the stakes are just massive. This is so much more than a soccer match. It's about holding off this huge institutional storm that's been brewing all season long. It's truly about survival. And that's really what makes this matchup so fascinating, isn't it? Is it this beautiful tactical chess match of systems and strategies, or is it just going to be a raw, desperate fight, one team's sheer will to survive against absolutely all the odds? That's the big question, and we're about to see it answered on the pitch.